Hello everybody, welcome back to How to Build a B-1 bomber. You know we had to make 100 good. Me and Dad thought all about this yesterday and how we was going to make a good number 100. And so we decided to take my plug from my other wing that I have not molded yet and stick it in there. And man, it looks good. Here, pull it back then, sweep it. Oh, that's going to be so cool. Yeah, I think it should go a little more, but I got to cut this out farther. I don't want to cut too much until I get all my bulkheads glued in. But man, that sure does look tough. Man, I cannot wait. We got to get working a little faster. But I want to show you guys my bulkhead. This is that bulkhead I started making the other day. The one I whittled on. This is my end result. Here, I'll lay it on the ground. And it came out pretty good. I just took my hot glue gun and I glued them little pieces together. Kind of tack glued it as I went along. And then cut it right there and on the other side. And popped it all off of there and then glued it back together. And traced it onto a piece of wood. And I have my bulkhead. Now I actually put this in before I cut this wing hole out, but it went in right through the retract hole. There were some people asking how I was going to get these in, and there's a pretty good sized hole down there cut out for the landing gear, and it went right in that hole. But now that I got this side cut out, I can just go right in through there. And my buddy Paul, he watched my video on how I did that. He said, man, you ain't got to do all that whittling. So I'll tell you what he told me to do. He said he uses Bondo. And you could either use your mold or your actual plane and just pile Bondo up. I use my pastry bag trick and put me a bead of Bondo down there and then waited for it to get a little rubbery and then trimmed it nice and straight and went all the way around it and should just pop right off this tape, but we're going to find out. I'm going to show you some other things too I did. I was just amazed all I got done the other day. Alright, put this wing back. Okay, let's just take this one off. Okay. Now, we're going to cut this off of there. Now I was cutting that carbon fiber, really dulled my blade. And why don't you hold right there so that won't fall off and break. It ain't gonna fall. Oh, God, that's what I was afraid of. Sorry, don't take it and glue it back together with my hot glue gun. That one came off pretty good. I just want to get one trace it one time, then I'm done with it. I take my hot glue gun and glue it back together. Goes there, that goes there, that goes there. You can kind of see the point. Now I'll take my hot glue gun and I'll glue that back together, and I will trace it onto a piece of wood, and bam, I'll have my back bulkhead. My seam here came out really good. I just put that tape there so I wouldn't damage it. With that big old nasty seam is actually right there. You can barely see it a little bit. That's just one coat of filler and one thing of primer. Ain't even been sanded. And I took my little short hacksaw blade right there, laid a straight edge across it. I kind of did that before I primed it, and came out looking good. But now I got this big old hole here. I can get inside and put my bulkheads, and I made a door here so I can get into these big old pins. Where's them pins? Oh, here it is. These big old pins, Paul made this, and that's made out of stainless steel. It's just a perfect fit in there. You got to kind of twist it and wobble it to get it go in, and man, it just goes right in them threads. He did an awesome job on this. Ain't a bit of slop. Let's get them bearings part in them wings and them main spar blocks we're going to make. It's going to be awesome. Awesome. And I cut out the hole for my that frying pan thing I made that's inside there. And I put my piece of chrome moly tubing in there. That thing is tough, man. You can twist on that and it won't budge. I got one of my deals made that's going to glue inside my stab. This is going to glue in my stab. Then for my elevator rod, I am going to put a bolt, like a bolt through here, and cut a slice in there. And then we'll probably put like a sleeve over the bolt. This is going to be like a 1024 hardened steel bolt. And put it through there, and I'll put a slice in there. Then when I get it in there, I can put a washer on the inside of my pan. You following me? I can put a washer in there, then a rod, and then another washer in our bolt, and that'll keep it from coming out. And I got a big old access panel right under there where I can stick my hand in there. You wouldn't think you could, but there's enough room in there. I checked it in the mold to do all that. Okay. Then this part glues in my elevator. You following this, Dad?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay, I'll rattle it, people. Pay attention. Now, I'm going to put a slice in this carbon fiber tube I made, about 1/4 inch out of each side. Okay? I'm kind of sketching on this piece of wood right here. My bulkhead that glues inside the elevator will look something like this. This ain't the scale. But where I cut out for this hole, I'll leave them notches. And in turn, them notches will go right there. And that'll keep that from twisting, and plus a whole bunch of epoxy. And we'll glue that thing in that stab solid. And my stab actually covers this hole. Just barely, but it does. And it's going to be awesome. Got them roller bearings inside there. So I took and tapped that bearing kind of a little deeper inside there. It's recessed about 1 inch. But there's a bearing on both sides. Fits just perfect. I'll put some grease on there when I put it together. And man, it just turns nice. Don't you? Feel that? That feels good.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Looks good.
Think it'll work?
It'll work.
That's right, people. It'll work. But that's the plan anyway, and we're sticking to it. But that's about it for today. How's Dad's jet coming? How's that SR-71?
Oh, it's still coming.
Is it?
Yeah, I've got it upside down and getting all the wood stuck on the bottom.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a neat jet. What's some of them questions out there people have been asking? I seen one the other day on how he's going to get them bulkheads in there. That guy emailed me and said he was from Tanzania, and he watches our movies. How many people out there knows where Tanzania is?
I do.
Do you?
That's a little below Australia.
Yeah, that little island below Australia. There's a little dot right there. I looked it up. I could see him. And he loves our YouTube movies. And that's about all, people. I look at them questions on there, and then I get on here and I go blank. You know, I don't. But we've been trucking out here, and I'm gonna keep going. But this bulkhead,
there's one about CG. Everybody's worried about how he's going to find the CG.
Oh yeah. Butch has got that figured out. And another, they was asking if it was going to move, if our CG was going to move. The CG does move when the wings swing back, but it'll make the nose want to pitch down. Is all it'll do. What happens is it makes it nose heavy when the wings sweep back. Okay? Now we've had some questions. Are we going to make it move? We're going to make a sliding tray or wait the wing tips. I think all we're going to do is put a couple clicks of up trim. You know, they fly them Tomcats with them swing wings. And I don't believe they make their CG move. And that glider me and Butch made, you know, it flew great with the wings out and we tucked them back and we chucked it and it flew really good too. You know, just the nose wanted to pitch down slightly. And I don't think we're going to have to worry about it. I think, because I like to fly with a little down trim anyway, because that way I can come in for them nice low photo op passes. But so you know, we're probably just moving back little bits at a time. You know, I ain't going to just get up there and flip the switch and let them wings go all the way back. You know, I'll be able to stop them at certain points, and we're going to do some trying, see what happens. We'll move them back a quarter of the way and see what happens, fly it around, you know, put them back out, land it, talk about it, see what it did, watch the video, and go little steps and learn as we go instead of from our mistakes. So that's the plan, people. Happy 100, everybody. Thanks for watching. You know we make these movies for you guys, and we're sure amazed how this has really taken off. I first told Dad I wanted to put him on YouTube. He says, "What's YouTube?" And now we're getting a couple thousand hits a day, man. This thing's out of control. I think if we ever stopped working on it, we'd have commandos jumping from up there and parachuting down, and lynch mobs would be forming, but we're going for it. It's going to happen, and y'all are going to see it. And we're going to make it happen. Where are we going to make it happen? Right here in the shop. We'll see you next week.